That's enough of that. I've known the neighbors for a while, but yep, 347's all. That's the last time he's going to run with me. You know, I just warmed it up for the last time, checking things over, retorquing the intake manifold. Just verified the intake manifold vacuums for his power brakes. I mean, even at a 900 RPM idle, he's sitting there like 16 inches of vacuum, so he's going to have plenty. And but we're going to drain the coolant, get it off the stand today, put it on an engine cradle. Hopefully John's as well. We're going to put the intake on, get it on the cradle, and I'll catch up a lot of things here in the garage, so stick around. Well, here it is, John. Oh, sun. Brutal. But at least it's out. But hey, all I gotta say is, this is a large engine. I mean, just get a scope of it just hanging there. But I mean, we got the 347 here. Off the stand, drained, coolant. Almost prepped all the way, but I just need to hurry up. Oh, my glove's tearing as I'm talking. Get things done, and get this one on the cradle. Break down this engine stand. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this just yet. Probably break it down, shove it in the corner there between the welder and the shelf. But I just want to get this on the cradle. Because we're gonna be taking this back to John's soon. Get the car back in, and yeah, still bringing more up to speed of what's going on. Catch you in a minute. All right, so after all afternoon of dorking around, finally got the two engines off their stands. This one is getting ready to head out of here next month. It's gonna wait a little while till the guy can come pick it up, but yeah, it's still warm. It hasn't been that long since it's been on the stand, or off the stand. Yeah, John's engine. Finally mounted the, I guess, what'd you call it? I don't know, a valley pan, for lack of another word. It's just a built aluminum piece, but sealed it down, put the gaskets, had to put thread sealer on all the bolts because half the bolts go into the intake ports for these because they're so big. So I had to put sealant on all the bolts. And it's finally on the move a little bit. One thing I forgot, John, we got to put your rear main seal in still because it was on the stand. We couldn't get to it. So that's got to go in. All I want to do is put the valve cover gaskets on. They're sitting there on the shelf behind. Seal up all the ports, seal up the injector holes, put spark plugs in it. Just I've got to find something around here just to fill the holes for when we transport it in the back of his truck to get it to his place. And well, things are on the move. Get this gone soon. I'll clean up and then I can concentrate on this. So what I did yesterday, I spent 4 hours putting in the power relay for the coil packs. And it sounds like a lot of time for something so trivial, but once you get into it, you see other things you want to correct and fix, and I'll just bring you in and show you some of what I was getting up to. So here's said relay. So I wanted to make it nice, so I put in a threaded insert and drilled the hole into the shock tower so I can bolt it in there strong. It's on a weird angle for a specific reason, because below it, I don't know if you can see, I have holes drilled for a future modification, which is a line lock brake solenoid. So it's going to go in like so. It needed clearancing to fit it in there. So once I got this figured out and situated where it was going to be, then this could drop in, and then I needed to do the fuse relay, or the fuse for the relay in the circuit, which is here. Wired that in straight out of the relay through the fuse, and it's going to go up to here. I got to tie it into this loom, which is the main power wires for the Terminator X, and I got to route these up around the back and in. Got to jack it up, do the head grounds, and so on and so forth. And then this wire here was the culprit of many videos ago when I got this car to the dyno the first time. It died right when I got it on the rollers for no apparent reason. And what it was in the end was the fuse link blew. So I had to get it towed home, figured out which one it is, and put this the fuse in circuit. It's a 40 amp fuse, but I didn't like how it was coming out of this junction, because it was only like a couple of strands of copper left on the wire, because over the years of just fatigue and bending. So I cut that off, sealed it up, made its own dedicated, big heavy gauge, 14 gauge wire. This is, one attempt. So this is pretty stiff wire, a lot of copper in there, so a lot of good current carrying capacity, because this wire feeds power to everything inside the car. I mean, without that, ignition doesn't work, dome lights don't work, a lot of stuff to the fuse block is what runs through this. So so I wanted to make that nice, and then fiddle farting around doing stuff is just, time just gets eaten up. So it's sitting here waiting for, I think, when Pete and John come over on Wednesday, and we get in the air, try to get the heads, ground wires in, route those, just hang out a little while. We talked some crap about John's motor again, what a boat anchor is going to be, and we'll get up to our usual. So I do have a buried amongst things. Followers, a lot of people got into my 2.3 turbo head videos and things like that, but my buddy that I built that old motor for still hasn't got it running. But in the meantime, he bought himself, it popped up on eBay a while back, a couple months ago, a whole complete 2.3 turbo engine out of something. We don't know whether it was a Merkur, whether it was a turbo coupe or what, but he went and snapped it up. It was a pretty good deal, especially for over here in England. He wanted to get the head crack tested, so he brought it to me, and so I said I'd do it for him. I got my MagnaFluxing stuff, but I guess I didn't make it clear that it needed to be cleaned before I could do it, because you can't dust the powder on and have the powder migrate to the cracks if it's all greasy and dirty. So I stripped the head down. He already had the cam out, but that was it. So I had to take the valves out, springs, everything, and the seals. The seals were hard as rock. Took it outside, used oven cleaner to get all the carbon out of, the best I could with what I had left, because it's getting cold here. I mean, it's only, it's tickling the 50s today, but it was warm today. It was 30s below freezing here in the week, but got this cleaned up, pressure washed it off, kind of cleaned up the surfaces. There's all the springs and things. The valves are in the can of carb cleaner, decarboning. But one day this week, I'll get all this paraphernalia from my wiring work out of here. I can give this a crack test. Let me video that, see if anything turns up. I don't foresee a problem, but that's what's going on. So a lot of movement, and hopefully I'll be happy when I get on my car and get it running soon. So, but that is a week update. Sorry it's been a little while, but things are moving. Although they're not moving fast, they're still moving. So thanks for sticking around to the end, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.